Just because I don't have a time on the board doesn't mean I don't run it. No, I do run Ishin, just not very often. Ishin is a very boring run. Ishin has way too much downtime. I like Ishin a lot as a game. Like, as an actual Yakuza game, it's in my top 3, but as a speedrun, it's not that good. Like, here's the thing. Kenzan is a better speedrun. Like, fucking Kenzan. That's kind of how bad Ishin's running. Kenzan is actually surprisingly good because Kenzan is short and focused, whereas Ishin has way too much downtime in its run. I'd also extend the same criticism towards Judgment Speedrun, and I also love Judgment Speedrun. I like Judgment Speedrun more because you have more to do in it. The last, like, 3 hours of Judgment Speedrun is pretty much all action. But Ishin has so much downtime. Ishin has so much downtime, and also Ishin just gets too boring for its own good at points, like, speedrun-wise. Speedrun-wise, not casually. Casually, it's really good, but speedrun-wise, Ishin is just not one of my favorites. But again, Kenzan is pretty much all action. It's kind of interesting. Ishin is one of the Yakuzas that pretty much suffers from not skippable cutscene syndrome. So that makes things really rough because not being able to skip the cutscenes basically makes it like really long and really kind of pointless at times, unfortunately. Streamer, thank you for the host. Hope you're doing well tonight, Reward. But I will do Ishin runs from time to time. I just don't care enough at this point. Like, if Ishin were to ever come out in the West, I would do what I do with every new Yakuza game, where I do a full, complete playthrough of it again. Despite the fact I've done that twice already with Ishin. How did I miss the guy? Okay. That is slower than last time. Nice. Good. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Not good. Not good. I missed a couple of hits in that. My reactions are not too good tonight. I hate when the camera changes direction like that. It really messes me up. But yeah, most of my early game time save is to Tamashiro, and then obviously we've got all of the new stuff later on that will also save time. So I shouldn't be too focused on resetting, but like I don't want to come out of like chapter 1 like 20-30 seconds behind, because that's my Tamashiro time save. So the life of speedruns, it's fucking awful. The life of just getting to that point where you just reset over the smallest of mistakes. I shouldn't be at that stage with Yakuza 3 yet, but there is not that much differential when I'm messing up things for like 20-30 seconds. You taunted instead of hit, really? Okay, thank you for the triple. Appreciate it. Makes up for that. You're gonna make your way over here eventually? Is everyone seriously stuck behind the bike again? Tree bike! Tree bike! It guards everything. Great. Fucking great. That's still better than last time, at least. I actually saved some time there. I think tree bike actually helped because it hit that guy. Oh. Thanks, tree bike. Huh? Ugh, dear. There's some shit on my shirt. Yeah, it is. Where did you come from? Oh. It's my favorite Yakuza speedrun, least favorite. Oh, fucking Christ. Favorite would be probably at this point K2 or 6. Maybe LAD, not sure. Least favorite would be I mean, Fist of the North Star is the easy option, but as far as like the actual mainline titles go, K1? Yeah, K1 I think. Imagine that. Almost. Almost. That would have been good if that connected. Oh. Why is that an option? Give people time to practice. Still a bad Majima. That's fine. We can carry on with that because that'll probably be ahead at least. Yeah, we'll be ahead. Okay. Still a bad Majima. Like, I can do that way better. That was at least better than the first attempt. So I can't complain too hard. I really can't complain too hard. Yeah, as Exploding Laser says, K1's intro is, for speedrunning, absolute garbo. So everything in K1 about going to get the ring and going to get the ring back, all of that is not in OG1. So all of that is filler, and if you've ever, like, done that part, that is literally about 8 minutes of running around doing nothing. And the trouble is, you have to do... In K1's run, you have to beat Majima in the tutorial. Not the tutorial, but in Chapter 2 for the Majima Everywhere system, you have to beat him to be able to get 100 levels of experience to make it go real fast. It's not a hard fight, it's a hard fight to do fast. And the trouble with that is that if you fail that fight, it's all the way back to chapter 1 to get the ring back again. And that is so fucking painful. I cannot describe to you how painful that is. And it happens a lot, because Majima in the tutorial fight is... he can go quite easily, or he can be massively aggressive. Sometimes he will just be, like, really aggressive, and if he basically does his... if he knocks you down and does his heat move on you, that's the end of the tutorial. You're done. Like, just that. And, as said, Majima just sometimes is massively aggressive. Like, sometimes his AI will just be cranked up to max, and you won't be able to do anything. Like, he'll just constantly combo you. There's literally nothing you can do. So... K1 resets are probably some of the most painful resets of any Yakuza speedrun. Whereas OG1, that entire first section, is done in a matter of minutes. And none of that is kind of filler, it's all just kind of like fighting and stuff like that. Alright, don't fuck this fight up. I'm surprised that counted. I'm surprised that hit. I think it was the sign that actually hit him, but... the signs are what do the most damage in this fight anyways. Having one of them get knocked back is bad. I don't know how I'm not hitting Rikia that much at the minute. Not a good fight. The end of it was interesting, where I managed to combo my 2 again, but... ugh, bad fight. Again, most of what you want to do in that fight is have Rikia get bounced into the signs, and then do a full combo for the signs to actually, like, do the most damage against him. One of the signs flew away, which was kind of unfortunate, and then you saw there were, like, 2 free combos there, where my combo just didn't connect to him for some reason. That can happen in some corners of this game. Basically, for the early game bosses, especially with Tamashiro in the next chapter, there's one particular corner that we want to knock him in, because that corner allows you to bounce him off of it. But some corners, like you saw there with Rikia, you'll try and, like, knock them in the corner, but unfortunately it won't bounce them off them. The boss will just, like, spin constantly, which in some cases, KOF Yakuza 4 is very useful. In Yakuza 3, not useful. Not useful at all. Because at least with Yakuza 4, you can hit the enemies when they're still on the ground, but Yakuza 3 you can't, because Yakuza 3's combat is a little different. Yakuza 3's combat basically wants you to bound the enemies, and bounding basically means bounce them off of walls and stuff. That's the actual term the game says. So... it can be painful. It can be very painful. If you don't get good bounds, or don't get good, like, weapon usage, then it's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. It's awful. Still save time somehow. My PB must have had a real bad Rikia, because that was not a good Rikia. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good. Alright, this is where most of my early game time save comes from. Get healing items during Tamashiro. Understood. That's the only difference. Alright. Golf gods, let the RNG be with me. Thank you very much. We'll see. Yeah, hopefully don't fuck this up. If I fuck this up, I'm gonna be upset. Golf, there's not much I can do about. If the golf wind is bad, there's not much I can do about it other than react to the wind. It's the Tamashiro fight that I'm worried about. You still need good golf to be able to get a good time in this chapter, though. That's the problem. I don't know why I'm panning the camera down. There's no people to despawn here. I'm trying to despawn Shiro. Don't have to speak to him. And then back to Taichi, and then back to Shiro, and then over to golf. Wait. And back to Shiro. I wish there was more to talk about here, but there really isn't. It's literally just back and forth between Shiro and Taichi. Like 5 times. And then we go play golf. Alright, I just needed to run out and then Miara would have grabbed us. Sick video. Yeah, I've already linked it once, yeah. I only did that like 5 minutes ago. Alright, golf time. Kind of golf, play nice. Have wind like I did on the last attempt we did, because that wind was pretty nice actually. Oh, right, let's go. Alright, don't be bad, don't be bad, don't be bad, don't be bad, don't be bad. That's alright. That's not bad. That's workable with, honestly. And again, no matter what the wind is, this man manages to hit this ball perfectly straight. This man is actually a golf god. Look at that. Same every single time. This man knows his golf. I don't. Will that do? I think that should do. I'll take that. I just got a trophy for golf? Excuse me? Fuck off. I never get a... Oh, what the fuck? Excuse me? I'm not sure how I'm supposed to read that. You're gonna miss. Yeah, you always miss. That was more than one. Fuck. Alright. Not gonna mulligan it. It's fine. Yep, unskippable golf. Yeah, we both parred. Good. It literally doesn't matter if you win or lose here. Although getting in the hole quicker obviously helps out in terms of time. That's okay, wind as well. You don't want a hole-in-one. The ironic thing is you do not want a hole-in-one. Hole-in-one is actually bad. That's terrible. Jesus. It's fine by me. I genuinely don't know how to hit the green, so I just usually get close and then just wallop it in. So it's fine. It's fine. Right, final hole. This is where Akasaka's AI completely breaks, and he gets really bad. Alright, good wind. We had good wind. I honestly don't remember what to hit here about here. Yeah. Okay. Not there, clearly. Really? What the fuck? How am I closer than you? No, really. I don't know what just happened. That was terrible. Oh well, never mind. Again, I don't care. That's bad. That's terrible. It is possible. It's a draw and also he acts like he won. The texture resolution for the remasters are actually a higher quality on PC than they are on PlayStation. So if you want the definitive version of 3, 4, and 5 to play, it's the PC versions, for sure. Plus, also 3 and 4 add cutscene pausing, which, again, if you're playing casually, is a very nice thing to have, especially when Yakuza 3 goes into its 30-minute of plot exposition dump point. Good old Tamiya starts opening his mouth and the plot starts unraveling. Great. But yeah, the PC version is definitely the best version of 3, 4, and 5. That was slow golf, though. This is probably, it's probably a time loss already. I should have a sub-split for golf, honestly, so that I can tell where I am after golf. Although that might make me reset for golf, so maybe I don't want that. Cool, I remembered the correct bit this time. Amount of times I've walked away from this in the past couple of runs. Steam, is there any option to play the Yakuza franchise or open starting point? 0. 0 without a shadow of a doubt. You play it in numerical order. 0, K1, K2, 3, 4, 5, 6, LAD. That's the order. I wonder if I remember to hit the right taxis this time. Probably not. It's like how everybody else's hitbox is way bigger and Haruka's is just like quite small. It's really annoying. Cool. I've warned you not to talk about future Yakuza stuff, like, ahead of the actual game that I'm playing, so please don't. Like, I've warned you in the past. Consider this your second warning. Third warning and you'll be banned. Like, I've warned you multiple times, do not talk about future Yakuza speedrun stuff ahead of the Yakuza that I'm currently playing. There are people who haven't gotten past, like, 5 and 6 yet, who are still basically in the stream. How's it looking? Chilling? Good, I'm glad. Today's a very much a chilling day because I'm very tired myself. My energy levels today are just massively low. Again, don't know why I'm trying to despawn civilians, there is none here. Despawn the orphanage, no more orphanage. Skips chapter 10 completely. God, that would be nice. Alright, Tamashiro time. Here we go. I know what you're talking about, Yami, and I don't think I want to know what you're talking about, honestly. Taichi in the house. Oh, I mean, I'd love it if we could despawn the fight spawns in this game. This, even though like Yakuza 5 has some more aggressive and more biggest fight spawns, this game's fight spawns are in the worst places. Like, 5 might have more fight spawns, but this one's fight spawns, if they turn up, they're just aggressive. That's the big problem. Like, you can have, remind you that you can have the guy that literally spawns outside of the club that you've got to go and speak to Toma at, which, if that happens, that's like a guaranteed, like, 20-30 second time loss right there. It's terrible. Yeah. Oh, yesterday's boss fight. Right. Yeah. Forgot about that. Listen, I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. I'm very tired. I just don't want to put up with any shit today. So. Imagine if I taxied here. Imagine if I actually crossed the road, got the taxi, and saved some time. Imagine that. Imagine me actually doing that. Imagine me doing that right now. Wow. Imagine me actually having just done that. Oh, fuck off. That's a fight spawn. This is a fight spawn. I have to go the long way around because otherwise he'll catch me there. Christ. Which means he will probably be there on the way out as well. That's how Yakuza 3 works. We might get lucky and he might despawn, but it's very unlikely. Thanks, Yakuza 3. That's like one of the worst fight spawns because it is literally just right there. Right where you're trying to get in. Thankfully, we only come down here like twice in the run now, rather than 4 times, like before. Hey, Rizza. Hope you're doing well. So, gotta be careful coming out of here, because he's possibly on the right. So, instead of panning... Yeah, he's right there. Okay, hit left? Yeah. You might wonder why I'm not taxiing this time. You cannot progress the story. There is a trigger right here, where this old lady is. Well, this is the trigger, I should say. So you have to make sure you actually speak to the old lady. And then the next taxi point is literally just up the road, so it's quicker to just... Actually, I wonder if it is quicker to run. It might be quicker to taxi here. Actually... Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I think it might be quicker to taxi here, because you could just taxi to... Oh no, the taxi's gone, look. No. Never mind. The northern taxi is gone. Never mind. It's, Oh, go away. It's definitely not quicker to taxi here. You're mapping? I read that as napping and I was like, God, I wish I was fucking napping. Nice. I was really hoping to hit that sign for a second there. I was just kind of hoping to hit this guy into the other guy, but... Yeah, I was really hoping to hit him on the way out. Oh well. Bad fight. One taxi only unlocks after the chapter. Yeah, I remembered that there was some, like, there was definitely some bullshit as to why you couldn't taxi up here. I assume the reason why the taxi is gone here is because of the old lady, being the trigger point. Oh, God. Boy, these fight spawns. Remember what I said about those fight spawns not 3 minutes ago? Yeah. Yeah, because the 3 is responding in kind. And by in kind, I mean fuck you. Ugh. Cuff lever early and almost full gold map. Do you remember... Stormblood's treasure maps? And those pieces of lumber that you could get to make that bed that sells for like 30 million gil? Yeah, I noticed when I resubbed the other day, I have 8 of those pieces of wood in my inventory. Just chilling. Just 8 of them. Just. I don't remember when I got them. No, I mean the one from Stormblood, not the Shadowbringers one. I haven't done any treasure maps with Shadowbringers. That's a lie. I did one. I realized this is actually terrible, and I like the older ones more. Please hit the guy on the floor. Oh my fucking god, alright. That's why I wanted him dead. Now I'm not gonna get hits on the lockers. Good. It's been a bad chapter. Alright, make sure you grab healing items here. Don't mess up. So you grab all the healing items that are in these lockers. This is for new gun route. It's one that you can craft with the lumber from the treasure maps for Stormblood. That thing is very expensive and very rare, and I have a lot of the pieces of wood needed for it. Like I think each individual like lumber used to sell for like 3-4 million gil. And I have like 8 of them in my inventory for reasons that I don't even know at this point. So yeah, 14 has bed mounts. I don't know if you can ride multiple people on them. You can, like, some mounts in 14 you can have multiple people ride on them. They're finally releasing an 8-person mount, which is like, I'm so surprised they haven't done that before. Damn it, I should have waited half a second. Would have finished that would have finished that guy. 31 minutes going into this fight. Not good. Alright, I gotta concentrate. Be right back a second, because I've been playing badly tonight already, so I'm gonna fuck this up. I could have done a full combo though. Hey, that's the shit. Of course I only get it once. The full combo does way more than this combo, but as you can see, sometimes I can't get that out. Okay, if I drop Tamashiro now, I've only got 2 chances. On. Please connect with the foot. Swear to God. I know you can, Kiryu. I was gonna do it the old-fashioned way, fuck it. And that's why you don't use the safe side. Are you fucking kidding me? How did that go into the field of heat? It's supposed to go into his normal QTE. Fuck this fight. I hate this fight. I really fucking hate this fight. So much. I don't know what it is about this fight that I can't grasp in my head. Like, he didn't even go into his aura! Fuck, what a bad fight. I hate that fight. That's actually the hardest fight in this entire run. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, you can say what you will about Majima, like, interrupting on Wake Up. How did that gold? You can say what you can about Majima interrupting you on Wake Up, but that is the hardest fight to do consistently. I hate that fight with a passion. And that's why I was saying, that's my time save right there. Like, that's why I was saying, like, I'd like to not come out of, like, chapter 1, like, 20, 30 seconds behind. Because I can get a good time out of that chapter, but... What's in chapter 4 stuff? Shadowblade. Okay. Make sure we actually get it this time after what happened last time. But yeah, that fight is just hard. It's not hard in the sense of it's a hard fight, because obviously, as you can see, we have a infinite that we can use to keep Tamashiro down indefinitely. But the trouble comes from the fact that with Tamashiro, you can only let him up once. He then is supposed to pull out his brass knuckles and then go into his field of heat. The trouble is, as you saw there, for some reason the field of heat activated early. That's a thing that can happen with Yakuza 3. That can happen in other fights, like the Joji fight. Fuck you, Joji. Like, that's something that happens in a lot of the fights, which really sucks. It's just Yakuza 3 things. I hate it. It's something that you just get used to. That's the reason why Yakuza 3 isn't, like, on my highest favorite speedruns to do, but it's not on my lowest either. Like, Yakuza 3's run... The only problems about Yakuza 3's run are Chapter 3 and Chapter 10. Chapter 3 because of how kind of awful and long Chapter 3 is, considering you also have, obviously, Golf on top of that, and Golf can go horrifically wrong. Tamashiro fight. And Chapter 10 because Chapter 10 is just... It's long. It's just long. One more. Shiro. Shiro even. Shiro. I'm playing the wrong Yakuza game all of a sudden. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Where am I going? Don't speak to bridge guy. Don't speak to bridge guy. This is new route. Don't speak to bridge guy. I'm going the slow way again. I'm actually going the slow way again, for fuck's sake. One of these days, I will run up this road normally. Because we used to go down the road to the left to speak to bridge guy to unlock the subquest for the tuner salesman. And that way we get the 200,000 yen from that. But now we just sell a weapon that we get in this chapter instead. No fight spawn here is okay, but that could mean that it's around the corner. If the 2 fight spawns here, I'm going to bitch and moan endlessly and then reset my run. Prepare for it. Also, don't hit the sub-story that's walking around the corner right now. So that bit I just passed there with the police car and the telegraph pole on the right, you can actually get a fight spawn both next to the car and the telegraph pole. It's very rare, but it's pretty much happened to all of the top 3 Yakuza runners of this game. It's happened to me twice, I think. Like, I've been doing this run for like a year at this point, and it's happened to me only twice, but it happens, and it's a dead run because you can't deal with both of them. And much like the older Yakuza games, you don't lose fight aggro just because one has aggro on you. So, and also when you get into a fight and come out of the fight, the other fight is still there. So that's why it's a complete loss of a run. There's nothing you can do. So, fun comes to mind. PB is personal best. PB stands for personal best. My PB would be a 2:17:04, which is currently 6 minutes behind world record because world record has a bunch of brand new strats in it. So that's why we're doing this run, to hope that, you know, we actually pull that off correctly this time. Yeah, it's a 2:11. It's probably going down beneath a 2:10 soon. With these new strats, we can do this sub 2:10. Definitely. It'll be either Tap or Rebel who get the first sub 2:10. It won't be me. It won't be me. Yakuza 3 is kind of like my Achilles heel in some ways. Like, I'm just not good at this run. Then again, like, one of the reasons I'm not good at this run is I haven't put as much time into it as Tap and Rebel have, so if I was to put more time into it, I'd be able to compete, but that would require me just playing Yakuza 3 non-stop for like 2-3 weeks, which no thanks. Like, I kind of like being a bit of a jack of all trades, because that way you'll get to see all the different Yakuza runs, and you don't get to just watch me do a singular run. You don't just get to see me, like, spam free for, like, a couple of weeks. Like, that's gonna get boring. Like, I'm in it for the entertainment as well as obviously showing off runs. Like, again, this week I will be showing off the Yakuza Kiwami run where we literally one-shot every single boss. Like, that, and I've got like 12 minutes of time save in the Kiwami run. Someone said yesterday we're routing out selling this item, and I was like, I'd never seen us sell this item. So it's like, I am so far behind in strats now. Like, I am so far behind in Yakuza Kiwami strats. That's one of the reasons why I don't just do it, is like, learning strats does take time, and the worst part is trying to scrub your brain of old muscle memory. Muscle memory in speedruns is the worst thing. Like, in K2 runs, because I've been doing lots of K2 over the past, like, 2 years, there's certain bits in K2 where my brain will say, hey, you gotta go get this Chinese saber from the casino, for instance, in Chapter 4, when we haven't had that sword routed in for about a year at this point. But every so often, my brain will just go, hey, go down those stairs, when it's like, no. Don't. No. So, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. Any P5S this evening? Maybe. I've only gotten like 3-4 hours of sleep, so if I sound like I'm more dead than usual, it's because I am. So I can't guarantee it, I'm afraid. Hopefully. Anyway, don't forget the locker key this time, numbnuts. And if I spawn, so I can grab it. Is that too close? It might be too close. We're good. That's a fight spawn, though. Hello. I don't know whether it's quicker to taxi here or run back. I'm gonna test by going taxi. I'm gonna test it. Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go hit this taxi up. Plus, that way, if I do multiple Yakuzas, you all can speak about some of the later Yakuzas that way. I like playing Yakuza 3 casually the first time. Yeah, I did. When I mean, one thing you have to remember with me is I'm not like most people who have only gotten into the series with Zero. I have been around since the OG Yakuza 1 on PS2. So, literally, going from the isometric camera angles of OG 1 and 2 to full 3D with Yakuza 3 was massively different. Like, whilst obviously, the only trouble with people who are getting into the series now is you go from the combat in 0, K1, and K2 to this, and this obviously, the combat in this feels a little awkward because, you know, it's a PS3 game. You know, it's not had the same kind of upgrades and differences that K1 and K2 had, but here, it is a PS3 game. So it's very jarring for newer players to go from K2 and K1, for example, into this. But for me, because I was in the series since the very, very beginning, it was like a dream come true. Because we went from isometric camera angles to a literal full 3D game. Like, it is hard to overstate how big the gap was going from Yakuza 2 to Yakuza 3. Like, the only thing that is kind of comparable was going from Yakuza 5 to Yakuza 6, in the fact that when you go into shops in Yakuza 5, for instance, you know, like with every other Yakuza game that's early on like these, there's loading screens. But Yakuza 6 was the first game where you walk into a shop and you just physically walk in. Like, it is one of those small little things that's genuinely mind-blowing. Because, you know, we've been with like 5 or 6 games where you have to do a load screen to go into a shop, and then you go to the Dragon Engine, like in K2, and you just waltz into a shop. Like, it's one of those things that is just stunning. And that, like, yeah. So the whole Yakuza 3's combat being different wasn't that much of a barrier for me, because I was there from OG 1 and 2. Honestly, I will say that I do think that... Why am I going slow again? I will say that I do feel like 3's combat is worse than 2's. As in OG2's. I think that OG2, up until 0 came along, OG2 was my favorite Yakuza game in the entire series for a very, very long time. Like, OG2 is a phenomenally good game, especially after OG1. Like, OG1 wasn't a bad game, but OG2 just took everything that OG1 did right and made it so much better. Like, just as a reminder, on PS2, for the original OG1, you have, when you get into a fight, so everything is isometric camera angle, right? Fight spawns are different in that, like, they can spawn in certain places, but also, you know, oh, it's baseball time, but also they'll be, like, just around. And if you get into any fight spawn, what happens is you get, like, a 10 to 15 second load screen going from the isometric camera to a load screen. So a 10 to 15 second load to get to a load screen. You know how all the Yakuza games these days bring up the names of the fights like as the text? Back in the originals, it used to be a splash screen. So you went from the map to a splash screen, which via loading, and then you would load again into the fight, which took another like 20 seconds. You do the fight, which in OG1 was kind of rough. OG1's combat is not the most amazing combat in the world. It's still good enough, but it's still very, very rough. There weren't that many heat moves, etc. And then when you finish the fight, it would take another 20 to 30 seconds to load back into Kamurocho. Fights literally take like about 45 seconds to a minute of loading in OG1. Whereas in OG2, that got cut down by like 30 seconds. That's one of the big differences in the two OG games, is that OG2 took those load times, completely cut them in half, and then the combat itself was way better. Way better. So, OG2 was a very, very good game. OG2 took a lot of what OG1 did right, and just made it better. So... But I would never ever say to people to go out of their way to play OG 1 and 2 first, because you are playing games from the 2000s in, like, 2020. And whilst I think that OG 2 has actually kind of held up kind of well, I don't feel like OG 1 has. The one real game that has not held up well in the slightest is Kenzan. That's the game that has not held up well in the slightest. That's the real secret game that does not play well these days. It plays fine and serviceable, but Kenzan is a weird beast. And this is coming from somebody that really enjoyed Kenzan. Which is why when people ask for a Kenzan Kiwami, I'd rather they just do a new samurai game in the Dragon Engine. Like, the trouble with Kenzan is the storyline in Kenzan is bad. Very bad. It would not fly with any of the age rating boards in the West, as Bryce is alluding to. There's a little bit of prostitution with Haruka, and not good. Not good. So I'd rather they focus on, like, making a brand new Dragon Engine samurai game. Like, imagine an action samurai game in the Dragon Engine. Like, that could be a genuine thing of beauty. Like, that could be a very good thing. And Ishin, and this is how you catch out literally anybody who hasn't played Ishin, right? Anytime anyone says to you that Ishin needs a Kiwami, they are talking complete bullshit. Because Ishin itself on PS4 is one of the most smoothest Yakuza games out there, and it runs at 60 FPS. Ishin is one of the least Yakuzas that needs a Kiwami. I've said multiple times, 3 doesn't need a Kiwami, people just dislike it. I would say that 3 would need a Kiwami more than bloody Ishin. That's how you catch people out who haven't played Ishin, because they will harp on forever about Ishin needing a Kiwami. We had somebody in who came in here a couple of months ago trying to argue that fact, that we just completely shot down, because they don't know what they're talking about. The only thing that Ishin needs is a localization. That's not a Kiwami. Different thing completely. And Ishin does need a localization. Sega, if you hear me, I love you. Honestly, Ishin has a chance. I think Ishin has a chance this year. If there's any chance that Ishin is going to get a Kiwami, it's this year. Why am I doing the thing again? Fuck me. Me and my movement. Jesus Christ. Here's the thing, right? So let me go into theorizing mode for 2 seconds, right? You've got all of the... Please no face one. Good. I wasn't paying attention there. Let me go into theorizing mode for 2 seconds, right? So, number 1, I think RGG's next game is Judgment 2. Reason being is that the Judgment Remaster is a really bizarre time. Like, they've just released the Yakuza remasters on PC, Xbox. They said with Judgment Stadia release that it was, like, too early to, like, release it on PC as well when, you know, it's also coming out on Xbox. That's bizarre. That's the bizarre one, number 1. The other fact is that they're getting Judgment out early. They could have left Judgment till the summer. They could have left Judgment very much till the summer for next year's fiscal year report. But they haven't. The interesting thing as well is, obviously, not only have they done that, but obviously they're expanding the audience on Xbox over here as well, because, you know, Xbox didn't get Judgment before. But the interesting thing is, and this is the thing that really gets me going, in Japan, for Judgment's re-release, they've got a brand new Twitter account. Even though they still have the original Judgment Twitter account.
Oh, Kiryu-san.
That's the thing that has me wondering, why would they do that? Well, here's the thing. There's already evidence of a Steam and Windows release for Judgment. In the website code, some clever sod found icons for Steam and Windows on the official Western site, so it's pretty much guaranteed at this point. But also the fact that in the code for Judgment's website, the Stadia logo is labeled as, and I kid you not, a Steam logo. Whoops. Whoops. Is all leading marking for Judgment 2. I think they're expanding their player base for Judgment 2. So this is my theory, is that Judgment 2 is going to be their next game, as in the next game from the devs. And again, here's the thing. The Judgment remaster could have been kept until the summer. And then they would have had that for the fiscal year. They usually have at least like one Yakuza game for the fiscal year every year so far for the West. And here's the thing. With RGG Studio games, if you've never been around for a new release of an RGG Studio game, it's a very, very quick turnaround from announcement to release. It's usually somewhere between like 7 to 9 months. Most of the time, it's pretty quick. So that's the good thing about RGG Studios, is they don't announce the game like years out from advance unless it's something special like LAD that was completely changing, obviously, everything. So here's the thing. I think that we're going to get the usual TGS reveal, which Tokyo Game Show, which will be in like August or stuff. And then we'll get a release around... In Japan, the release will be around December if it's like the previous few games, or like January, February, March. For the West, that all depends on whether they can get the dual localization going. Because... Good, I got everything this time. Because here's the thing, right? SMT5. Simultaneous global release. That's not happened in the series for ever. So there is every chance, and they have said in interviews that the main goal, like the main goal that they want at the end of the day, is a simultaneous release for the next Yakuza games, which, you know, makes sense, you know. But whether they have the ability to do that or not with the next one remains to be seen. Like, they may have too much on their plate with SMT5. You know the drill. So this leaves a gap in the fiscal year for big games, which, if we look at Yakuza games, what are we missing? The one game that everyone has been screaming their mother off about getting. Ishin. So I think that this is, especially, and here's the thing as well. The good thing is they're doing good porting jobs of all their games to, like, other like, obviously, consoles and stuff. I think that if Ishin comes out this summer, you will see it on PS4, PS5, what am I getting to? PS4, PS5, Xbox, Xbox One, Series X, whatever it's called, PC. I think you'll see it on pretty much everything. Like, I think you'll see it on a lot of things. Like, I think that's the sensible thing. I think that's what's gonna happen. That's also not the... Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. Oh no. Ugh. Ugh, that's terrible. Ugh. Wait, which do I use on Rickardson? Expulsion! That's the one. Let's think about that for a second. Ishin is the most requested Yakuza game localization, yes. But that's also only because it's pretty much the only one. The only ones that, like, would need localizing would be Kenzan, Ishin, Black Panther 1 and 2. Now, here's the thing. You'll never see Black Panther 1 and 2. They're PSP games. Sure, they could be ported, but they would require a lot of work. Like, after the success of Valkyria Chronicles on PC, that's the reason why you never saw a Valkyria Chronicles 3 port. It's still a PSP game. Yuya, that was actually not useful. I appreciate you are just trying to help, but that is not useful. Please stop hitting the enemies on the ground. For this fight, we're taking care of everybody but Hasebe. He says go enough, Hasebe. Hasebe, please leave me alone. Reason being is that we need to hit Hasebe with every single gunshot. I'm losing time? How the fuck? Man, how am I losing time? This is where I was supposed to save time. Terrible chapter. Ugh. That's bad. This should save us some time. This should save us some time. The last chapter should have saved us some time. This will save us some time. We're about to shoot bloody Rickardson. Good. Shoot him with the expulsion and then sell the blade. Okay. So yeah, that's my theory. I don't have any insider information. I genuinely think that we could see Ishin in the summer. If any events come up with potential of them announce a localization. I mean, look at the last few games that they've obviously done localizations of. They just announced it themselves. Like, look at Judgment. They one day, like, whilst we were streaming, it was just, oh hey, Judgment's coming out in April. There you go. Like, that's all they need to do is do their own stream. Like, that's what they've done for the last couple of games. Don't forget with the art exhibition for Yakuza 6, for example, that's where they announced K2. Like they held a small event, did a live stream, and that's it. So, honestly, like, they could just do their own live stream. Like, or there will be, like, obviously conferences coming up in the next couple of months anyway. E3 is going digital, but they'll probably, like, you'll have something in, like, either, like, Kinda Funny Games or something like that, you know? They have plenty of options. It just depends when they're gonna announce anything. And again, like, this is the thing that people need to understand as well, is every time that the Japanese branch of RGG Studios announces something, don't expect it to be an announcement for anything for the West. That's the thing that's been annoying me lately, is that every time there's been an RGG Studio stream for an announcement in Japan, everyone's gone, oh, this is where we'll hear about Ishin in the West, when it's like, no, this is a purely focused Japanese live stream. Like, the only thing they will normally do is just confirm, yeah, the game's also going to come to the West in this year. That's how they did it with the reveal stream for LAD, was they revealed the logo, and they were like, it's coming in 2020. That's how they do it.
Let's go.
That's something I've never seen before. Bad fight. I can't push him away. I hate this. No, please hit him once. Max. Well, terrible fight. I don't know how Kiryu turned around for that first gunshot, guy. I'm a little mad about it, not gonna lie. I salvaged that somehow, and I don't actually understand how I salvaged that, but ugh, bad fight. You don't want to miss Anderson with a single shotgun shot. You can kill him with all four. But here's the problem with this fight, and we're trying to shoot Anderson. Kiryu, as you saw there with the first shot, sometimes decides, instead of shooting the guy that you are literally locked onto right in front of you, Kiryu decides, nah, fuck that, I'm going to shoot the guy that direction. Yeah, not wrong, Bryce. I mean, here's the thing, like, I get people being excited and I get people, like, wanting stuff, but you need to set, like, actual, like, proper expectations. You can't, the thing with, like, newer fans is you can't expect everything to just be revolved around, like, big announcements and stuff like that. Like, there was a mistranslation a couple of months ago of an event where they were just talking about, like, the Yakuza releases that have come out, and, like, one place translated it as being all like, hey, get the announcement for the new Yakuza game here, which was complete shit. Like, they never said that at all, and it got everybody's hopes up. Like, so it does go that way as well, in that there is, obviously, certain people doing mistranslations and saying, hey, you're gonna see the new Yakuza game here, blah, 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 when that's way far from the mark. But people need to keep their expectations in check. Like, it's how it goes every time. Usually, RGG Studios in Japan will say a month out in advance, hey, we're going to announce our new game here. And then a month later, they'll do it. Like, they usually hint at it like a month in advance. Like, that's when you know, because they know how to get people excited. They know to go, you know, okay, so we're going to show off the new game, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, people know, okay, I'll tune in for that. Like, they don't normally do any, like reveal that's just like, hey, surprise, here it is. Like, they usually just go, oh, hey, there you go. I need to sell this, otherwise I'm in trouble. Beautiful. I needs the money. I'm gonna reload my shotguns. Hell yeah. So, was it the expulsion or the broken M1985 for Canada? M1985. Oh yeah, of course, I can't. The expulsion doesn't have any ammo in it, you fucking idiot. How can you shoot him with an empty shotgun? Try and use some logical common sense, my god. I'm gonna shoot the fat lad with a gun with no bullets in. Good, yes, good speedrun strat. fail horribly. Very good. It's my favorite speedrun strat. It's not failing forward, it's failing backwards. But it's okay to be excited for stuff. Like, you could be into Death. Well, you're not wrong. It would take a very long time, but you could. But yeah, that's literally it. It's like, it's okay for people to be excited about this stuff. Like, definitely get excited about new Yakuza stuff. That's the good stuff. That's the exciting stuff. But like, being unreasonable about it is not cool. I remember the PC gaming show... Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. One of the two. I was very disappointed in a couple of mutuals of mine who literally went on Twitter after the PC gaming show, because everyone was expecting like the Yakuza 3, 4, 5 remasters to be announced. Like, I think it was like the PC gaming show last year or something, and nothing came of it. And there were a couple of mutuals that I knew. Hey, nice. There are a couple of mutuals that I knew that took to Twitter, started tagging Sega, RGG Studios, and even some of the people that worked on the games, and just started saying stuff like, you know, this was the perfect time to announce it. I can't believe you've done this, like, etc. Like, you've actually really hurt your fans deeply with this, when that's uncalled for. Like, do not call out the people who are working on the games on Twitter and social media when, when your wireless controller battery is low. Because, like, it's not their fault. Like, it's these things that happen where, you know, if they announced the games then, you wouldn't have still got them for another year. Like... Oh yeah, I've always fucked up this bit for the last few runs. Can I have a good bit here, please? Ooh. I don't know what this civilian spawn's like. I'm dead. Fucking, I hate this so much. I hate this bit so much. You better add something else? Yeah, go for it. I don't know how I fucked this up constantly the last couple of attempts, but here we are. I used to mess this up a long time ago, and now I've been messing it up again. This part is the bane of my existence. Actual seething hatred for this bit. Oh my god, I don't know how to read this because there's a policeman on the left. Okay, that's how I read it. Also, it's quicker to run past the bins here rather than jump over them. If you jump over them, you lose your momentum for a second. You'll see it with this last one, because we have to jump over this one. See? Yakuza 4, you actually get a speed boost in these chest sections, which is why we jump in Yakuza 4. And that's later than the ultimate raid. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. I should probably plug my controller in when I get an opportunity. Hopefully it lasts till Serena. I don't know how long the DualSense takes to die after it gives you that warning message. We're gonna find out. It's a little awkward to do it in this section, so... And that's the other thing that you also have to realize as well with releases and stuff like that, is it needs to be the right time. One of the things that, Scott Striker, one of the lead localizers, said last year, one of the main people who deals with the Yakuza series said, was that, you know, there was a backlog. At the time, this was before, like, 3, 4, and 5 were announced to PC. It was before, like, 6 was also announced, and they were all, as Scott was saying, like, you cannot release all these games at the same time. This was pre-LAD. Like, LAD was coming out in, like, 2 months' time. And it's like they said, there has to be sufficient gap in the market to be able to release these things, because you can't just release, say, like, you couldn't release, say, 3, 4, 5, 6 on PC and then LAD a month later. That would cut into the profits. Like, that would cut into the actual, like, cut into everything. Like, it's not as easy as just saying, hey, get the games out. It has to be, sir, please get out Date's way. Thank you. Has to be the right time, and it's like, as they say, they know there's like big holes in like the releases. They know that, you know, in an ideal world they'd be able to release everything at once, but that's not how it works. It's like, you know, people need to learn to have a little bit of patience, like, and the fact that, you know, there's a global pandemic that is clearly hampering on stuff, which, if you can consider this as well, by the way, there's a global pandemic on, and I want you to look at Sega's release schedule for last year. Like, I want you to look at everything they released, which includes the likes of Sakura Wars, Yakuza Like a Dragon, 13 Sentinels, Persona 5 Royal, all big games with massive localizations to them. You could argue that, say... Hang on, I should plug in my controller. You could argue that, say, P5 had had most of the work done for it before, but it still had stuff to do. There's also obviously the dubbing stuff and everything on top of that, marketing, blah, blah, blah. And they got out, like... It was like 12, 13 games last year, despite the fact that there was a global pandemic on at the time. Like... Wonder what the next Sonic game is? I think there's a lot of people wondering about that. But yeah, I hate it when people just like shit on devs and stuff. It's getting really annoying. It's getting really, really annoying. Yeah, oversaturation is like a genuine thing. Like, it's fine to, again, and this is the thing, it's fine to want the games themselves. It's fine to want, like, all these shiny new things to play. Like, that's the fun part about video games, is you get a shiny new video game to play and it's good fun. But going into a public space and then, like actually, like, slagging off, like, the devs and the people that work on the games, even those that are only working in, like, marketing and management and stuff like that, that's not right. And that's why I got upset last year, is because, like, a couple of my mutuals did that, and I'm still very mad at them about that, like, because they felt no remorse for it. Like, so Taichi's gonna call us here, which is annoying. Watch how many civilians spawn in here. This is why we pan the camera down. The remasters have an extended civilian spawn rate because there's better hardware. Look at how many there are. And you bounce into all of them. Plus, this actually hides fight spawns. Like, it's actually harder to see fight spawns in, like, all these civilians. Not one here this time, thankfully, but... Also fun part is having so many shiny new games to play. I have a backlog that literally goes back all the way to the PlayStation 1. I'm fairly certain I'm not ever going to get around to it. Like, my backlog, because I'm so old, goes back a very long time. Although, because of that, I have a couple of rare games that are still sealed. Like, for example, I have, I think it's called Path of Radiance, the Fire Emblem for the GameCube. Like, I have that still sealed, and that thing is rare as hell. That thing is really rare. I have a couple of rare PS2 JRPGs as well that are still sealed, which is nice. And then I have a couple of Koei Tecmo ones that aren't rare because they printed so many of them. But it's like one day, it's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to play Path of Radiance or not, but it's like, I don't want to unseal it because, like, that thing's a collector's item at this point. I do want to play it one day, just not on my copy. Yeah. The trouble is, the used copies also go for a couple of £100 as well. It's like, geez, that game is rare. So to have one in mint condition still sealed is, oh. Down a house to sleep over. No. It's young when you're playing PS2, so really want any of the classics for that. I will probably still maintain for the rest of my life that the PS2 era was probably the best era for games. Like, there were so many good games for the PS2, and there were so many creative ones as well. And it birthed so many good series as well. I mean, it birthed Yakuza, for example. It birthed Devil May Cry, like Kingdom Hearts, just to name a few. It was the next step in what the Final Fantasy series needed as well. Like, reminder that the first game in the Final Fantasy series that had voice acting was 10. And that was on PS2. I'm glad he didn't charge me. Terrible. Yeah, Persona getting huge with P3. Yeah. Best Mega 10 and best GTA games on the PS2. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that, honestly. Again, when Nocturne comes out, both Nocturne and 5 come out in the West, we will be doing full playthroughs of that on the stream. Nocturne is something that I have done before. In fact, I've actually streamed it before as well. Just a long time ago. Nocturne is probably my favorite PS2 JRPG. And that is coming from a console that had literally almost hundreds of good JRPGs. If ever you wanted to be a JRPG fan, the PS2 era was the time to be alive. Like, the PS2 era gave so many good JRPGs. I cannot explain to you how good some of the actual, like, PS2 JRPGs are. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Like, even some of the ones that most people haven't played or don't hold in, like, a high regards, like Star Ocean Till the End of Time, for example. Brilliant game. It was the last good Star Ocean game, in my opinion. Which is a shame, because I used to love Star Ocean back in the day, and these days, it ain't anything like it used to be. I don't like this guy hit me either. I'm hoping to hit him into his fire extinguisher to do damage. Yeah. That's okay. Need to make a new armored core? Agreed. Very agreed. Very, very agreed. Very, very agreed. Soon on Yakuza carry cover real estate battle royale? No, not really. That sounds terrible. Like, honestly, that just sounds terrible. And besides, most people... Wait, is this 4-5? No, it's 4-6. Shit. Most people can do that if they do all sub-stories anyway. I just lost my heat. That sucks. As somebody that started Monster Hunter with, it wasn't Freedom Unite, it was the one before Freedom Unite on the PSP. Yeah, the older Mon Hunt games are a little on the, not aged well side. But at the same time, they still have that Monster Hunter charm. And it is the thing that led us to the Monster Hunter of today. So I won't ever complain about them. Start trying the Wii. I tell you what, try on the Wii with a classic controller. That's the good shit right there. That is the real good shit right there. Use one of my items. Do that to get some heat so I can hit this guy with the stick. Good. I'd do it with a remote. I couldn't stand it because I'd already at that point been used to dual stick Monster Hunter, which dual stick Monster Hunter is so much better than single stick. So much better. Is what I thought. I'm losing it today. I'm going to the wrong doors and everything. This is going to be a big time loss in this chapter. I can't remember if my PB had a good candor or not, so. Hey, well. I forgot to do the thing. Hell yeah. He's just gonna keep doing this, so I'm gonna run over here. Just go grab the fucking chair. I hate you, Kanda. I hate you so much. I cannot tell you how much I actually hate you. You are the worst. Literally the worst. Bad. This is very bad. I don't have enough damage. This is a terrible fight. This is an awful fight. Like an actual genuinely awful fight. Melee / monk. Monster Hunter weapon set you pick up again? Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be kind of cool. He hit me into the thing. That's gonna fuck it up. Okay, thank fuck. Fuck Kanda. Jesus Christ. Terrible. That was actually kind of scary. Actually not sure how I salvaged that. That was a very, very terrible start to that fight. Ugh. But you don't want to be next to the wall. So basically the Kamaki cat reflex is the thing that gets you up off the ground with X when you flash. You can't use that if you get bounced into a wall or anything, which is why my positioning there was really bad. But usually that's what we do, is we get that and then we power through the rest of Kanda's attacks. Like, but I let Kanda go really slowly there. Honestly, this is probably a big time loss. We'll see. We will see. I can't remember if my PB had a 2-cycle Kanda or a 1-cycle. I'm really hoping it was a 2. If it was a 2, that's going to be a time save. If not, it's going to be a time loss. Split it off.
Yeah.
What's an emulation? Do you mean like in a speedrunning sense? Because in a speedrunning sense, thankfully haven't had to deal with it with the boards that I mod. But I know as far as like speedrunning, it's a very slippery slope where like certain games won't allow certain emulators because like certain emulators speed up things, for example, which, you know, that's not allowed. No active servers like most on of PSP. I mean, I don't condone piracy. Like that should be like pretty bloody obvious. Like, especially after the argument I had to have the other day about somebody like talking about pirating games. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, especially when big companies are like actually watching me and paying attention to me because, you know, I actually cover their games and stuff. So I definitely don't condone piracy. Let's just leave it at that. While I reload my guns. And 21. 21. It should be fine. I still have 3 stamina X's, so that should be fine. Right? right. Yeah, that should be fine. It should be fine. Oh, tell us Infinity from Ricky. Oh yeah, we do, don't we? Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh fuck. Good. I hate this. How you doing, Rebel? Hope you're doing well. This has been a terrible run so far, by the way. It's been an actual terrible run. It was real bad off chapter 9. Yeah, I've had some real nasty fight spawns so far. I haven't gotten into any optional fights, thankfully, but I've had some genuinely disgusting in the way ones. So. I wish we had a way of dealing with the fight spawns in the older games. I really do. Just imagine something like K2 where you could just get rid of them at almost any time. It'd be so nice. Now, what are we looking like? 119? Ugh. Probably saving a tiny bit of time, but probably not much. This has just been a bad chapter. What's the next one? 7? What's 7? Expulsion Majima. Okay. Okay, can do. Oh yeah, because the M1985 is for, a column. Alright. I'll go this way then. Cool. Bye. Please don't have a fight spawn here. Fuck me. Fuck you. Bye. Don't care about you. I'm just gonna sneak on by because I don't care at this point. Okay. Cool. Even fights like in the modern games would be nice. Yeah, one thing I do wish about the modern games with runnable fights is that I wish you'd be able to run from them a little earlier. Like, I wish it wouldn't take as maybe if you see what I mean. I wish it wouldn't take as much space to run away. With this time loss. Ooh. I mean, I'm saving time over PB, but still terrible. Alright, I'm looking forward to messing up this fight. Let's go. Note to self, equip expulsion. Don't be an idiot. I should have got my essence of finishing while I was there. Should have done that first. Ugh. Imagine having good menuing in a Yakuza speedrun. Just imagine. Literally impossible. At least the taxi list in this one is easy to remember. Can't complain about that. If the 100%, it's not 100%. 100% of the completion list is kind of arbitrary and pointless and not exactly very fun. And with certain Yakuza games, it would literally be so long. But the closest thing that we ever do to 100% speedruns is all sub-stories. I have done all sub-stories for K2, 6, and... I swear I've done another one. I swear I've done another one. I don't know. But other people have done K1, Tap's done 5. All sub-stories is pretty much the closest thing you'll get to 100%. 100% is very stupid, honestly, as a category. It wouldn't take 3 days to 100% Yakuza. All sub-stories for Yakuza 0 is like a 16-hour thing. I'm still verifying Toji's run of that. I've been a little bit lazy on the verifying side of things lately because I've had marathon runs to do. Should have done that there, but you know. Just trying to be clever when I shouldn't be clever. That's bad. No essence of finisher. Too close to the wall each time. Well, shit. Bad Majima fight. Did I just use the wrong shotgun? Let's use the wrong shotgun. I was supposed to use the expulsion, yes. No, it won't do. No, that's not good, because that's gonna make things different up here. Does this mean I need the dodgy pistol anymore? Shotgun purple shirt guy round 2. Yeah. How much damage does it actually do to purple shirt guy? Any time save? Shit, no. Shit, I just lost 30 seconds. That's not a time save. That's a time loss. No, I just lost 30 seconds because I just fucked up. Which is also gonna make this chapter interesting because now I don't know what to do. I have a spare shotgun shot now, I guess. I don't know what I'm using it for, but I'm using it for something. I was thinking maybe red shirt guy and not take the other pistol. That'll work. Is there anything I can think of? It's actually the only thing I can think of. Hey, time to put stuff away. You. Now you. Cool. So the reason why I messed up the shotgun is because I've put the expulsion on up D-pad when I usually have it on right D-pad. That'd be why. Again, I don't know why I'm trying to despawn spoons here. Thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to think where I can use this extra shotgun shot to my advantage at this point. Because we don't need it for Lau Karlong. The expulsion does less damage than the broken M1985. Do I have to hit Lau Karlong a few times? I want to hit this guy into the bike. It's a good question, actually. This might fuck up Lau Karlong. This isn't good. Should I go round 2? That's kind of... I think that's probably for the best. I am actually genuinely worried that I'm not going to do enough damage to Lau Karlong. We'll find out. Let's go find out. If I don't... Oh, well. If I don't, we got problems. It's fine. But I mean, yeah, as far as like general time save goes, yeah, like the new strats save a lot of time. I didn't actually save any time with chapter 4 in this one because I played really badly. Shouldn't have done that. Come hit me. I hate this guy. I keep fucking him up every single time. Alright. But yeah, as far as like general time save goes, the new strats save a hell of a lot of time. I'm just bad at Yakuza 3. I'd rather not pick that up, thanks. I guess this means I don't need both pistols, but I'll take them in anyway just in case. Please don't despawn the gun this time. Thank you. Like, as a just in case, I guess I'll take them both in. And then I'll use one shot of the shotgun and see what happens. Let's see how much damage this does. Oops. Decent. Up. Decent. I was wondering if it was going to be one of those bosses that's like really weird and actually has like a resistance to bullets, but not too bad. And the trouble is, if this golds, this might be an uncatchable gold because of that shotgun shot. I was wondering, I thought I was going to miss that. Two shotgun shots, whoops, on the next guy. I'm in my strong attack. So I'm gonna hit the bike into this and see if it did like any extra hits. Sign? Okay, try not to pick up any healing items, because then I'll have more stuff to have to discard in the next chapter. Alright, we don't have to do that, do we? Isn't it just the one gun? Am I stupid? Yeah, it is. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm still remembering old strats for some reason. I'll just leave that gun there. Ugh. I don't know why. I'm tilting. It's my gun. Alright, let's see if this messes up like how long then, if it does less damage. Let's find out. Like how long? Nope, that's more damage. Alright. I thought I missed there. Okay. Ugh. Alright, that's better. That's better. Yeah, cheers for the suggestion. That was actually a really good one. Alright. Now time to see if the run dies. Well, after all that, the run could just die here anyway. Let's find out. That gold is a little unfortunate, because I don't think I'll ever be able to attain that gold again, considering, you know, we just shotgunned the fight. Oh well. I'll probably erase that gold when I'm done with this run. Unless, of course, this run actually dies here, at which point I just won't save the splits. Ah, Enriquia. Let's go gamble our worries away, shall we? I'm gonna gamble before I clear my inventory up. Alright, you know the drill. It's time to do some blackjack. We have 10 rounds and we have to get high stakes bet between 6 to 10. If we don't, run's dead. You can't get it in the first 5. We're hoping not to see it on number 6. We're hoping not to see it after number 10. And if we do, we just gotta do it manually, which a couple of us will have to do at times. Thank you for not getting blackjack as well, dealer, because that makes things very painful. 3. 4. 5. Please no high stakes. You're a fucker. Christ. Run continues. God. My hatred for this. This run is too stressful. Right, that's it. You motherfucker. Oh, I'm down by 500. I should just come out. I should quit out and then just buy like 500 chips, right? That's probably the smartest play, right? Do I even have enough money for that? Did I just fuck myself? Oh, I'd like 500 chips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Hey, listen, I'm going back to the table. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm going back to that table. Hold on. Hold on, I got this. I just win the game. Don't worry about it. I just gotta win. That's all. I just gotta win 500. That's all. No. No insurance. Never insurance. It wasn't blackjack. Thank fuck. I'm gonna do something stupid. See? The run continues. Everything's fine. 30k on the dot. That's all you need. Easy peasy. Fuck blackjack. Fuck you. Stop trying to kill my run. Fucking this game is cursed. Hold on. Hold on. God. I need this. I need this. Fucking hate this speedrun. Cool. I blame you, 00 DGen gang. I know you're here. Alright, cool. See, Shen should do this speedrun instead, because with Shen's gambling luck, Shen would literally never lose blackjack or roulette ever. Literally ever. No, you're good, thanks. Is the correct answer. But golf, that's not the good reason to do the run. It's the bad reason to do the run. Alright, so I'm gonna lose a lot of time here having to fuck around with gambling like that. Probably like a minute or so. It's fine. Run continues, that's all that matters at this point. Listen, it's gonna die in a minute anyway. Joji's gonna fuck me up again. Or Ricky Mask. I was gonna say, if Ricky Mask actually ends this run, all you will see me do is you will see me go backwards and crawl into my bed, and then I'm just gonna sleep for the next couple of hours. Like, I'm not even gonna end the stream, I'm just gonna sleep. I was gonna leave Ricky Mask to keep beating me in the actual wrestling ring. I'm just gonna go. I'm done. No more. If Shen could find a way to do guaranteed roulette, that'd be amazing. For those who don't know, Yakuza 3 and Yakuza 4 speedruns are very unique in that you need to do gambling, as you just saw here, obviously. We need these plates to be able to sell to Ebisu Pawn here for, as you will see, all this money, and we also need to sell all of our healing items as well, otherwise we won't get enough money. That should be enough. Should. Should. So the difference between Yakuza 3 and Yakuza 4 speedrun is that Yakuza 4 speedrun is roulette, and the cheat item in roulette only lets you get one of 0 or 00, which basically means Yakuza 4 speedrun is a 50-50 bet. Yakuza 3's is fine, because as you saw there, even if something goes wrong, like the dealer getting blackjack, we can still end up getting lucky with betting our own and just getting out that way. So the trouble is, the trouble is, with Yakuza 4, you literally have a 50-50 bet. Now, because of the PC release, TAP did some testing and found out, right? When you go into roulette, the actual number that comes out is predetermined by the time you go into roulette. However, if you use the cheese item, the number that it lands on is only determined after you've finished placing the bet. Which means that there is no way of knowing what number it is going to land on. And the only way you can do it pre-bet or pre-000 thing is actually via outside interference cheating, so heck that. Where's my... Yeah, we're fine. Just about. But we're fine. I mean, there is a way to get the money without gambling. The 3 million that we need is a part of a sub-story. The trouble is, the sub-story that we can do for that is locked behind a different sub-story that literally has 3 chase sequences in it. which is why, literally, it's a lot faster to not do the sub-story. That's why it sucks, because there is a viable alternative method to get that money, and we can't use it. It has to be a 50-50 gamble. I've tried routing it in, and I am not kidding you when I say that by doing the sub-story beforehand is literally an extra, like, 6 minutes or so. I think it was like 6.5. Look at this time we're about to lose because of gambling. Thanks, gambling. I appreciate it. Hey, little. Halfway through 11S. Good luck. God, we haven't even started the final bit of this bit yet. We're already losing time. That's why Sweden banned gambling. No Yakuza speedruns if you live in Sweden. Not allowed. Or at least not 3 or 4. So. You know, I've been getting real unlucky with people knocking me down lately. You can miss a couple of shots, by the way. "53 seconds lost to gambling? Hell yeah! Thanks, gambling! I hate this run. I hate this run with a fucking passion. Now we get to the longest, boring chapter. Hooray! It's like, I don't want to reset because it's just Tamashiro all over again. Please no. Alright, is Ricky Mask going to end the run? Let's find out. Don't fucking do it. Oops, almost hit the wrong button there. It clears on Tuesday. Hope you get your last E9 pieces on E10. Yeah, good luck. I said I wasn't renewing my subscription, but I actually did renew my subscription. Just to chill. Just have some fun. So it's been a while since I played. That's a fight spawn. And that's a sub-story. I'm not quite sure what I was doing there, but it was that. It was that. That wasn't smart, but it was that. What's dangerous about Ricky Mask? There's one part of the fight where he has to knock you down to the ground, and the only way he does that is via one specific combo. And if Ricky Mask decides not to do the combo, Ricky Mask will decide not to do the combo. I have had a run literally lose 1.5 minutes because the little shit decides not to actually attack you with that specific attack. He has one other attack that does knock you to the ground, which is a throw, but that apparently doesn't count. So fuck you, Ricky. I'm glad you die. Spoilers, you should not be watching a speedrun for a game if you do not want spoilers. Especially one of mine, because you know how much I explain the story. Too soon? Not for me. I played this when it originally came out. That was like 15 odd years ago. And again, that's why I don't talk about story stuff, and I don't want story stuff spoken about for Yakuza games after the one that I'm speedrunning, because there's people who obviously haven't gotten around to like 6 yet, because they're waiting for the PC Xbox release, you know? It's a very iron rule that I have. That sounded very wrong. Can't believe Taichi's dead. You play that for free? Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just a nice little common courtesy so people don't like ruin plot points for later games. It's been a rule in here for literally years. So, yeah, it was intentional. Hell, fucking yeah. Congrats on ESA Winter, by the way. Hopefully everything went nice and smooth. I wouldn't know because I turned up like 20 minutes before Judgment, and then after Judgment was done, I just slept. that was me in a nutshell. Was just I'm here, bye. All right, Ricky Mask, don't you fucking dare. I'm asking you nicely, don't you fucking dare. I can literally save like 30 seconds in this split if he behaves. That's not even if he behaves perfectly, that's just if he behaves. I'm summon 21. I think my reading skills are going downhill lately. No more reading for me. Why did I say that? Why did I say no? I dread what's about to happen. Just behave, for fuck's sake. You can get one throw off, and then you have to wait a little while for the second throw. That's the combo that doesn't do it, by the way. My god, he actually behaved. That was early. Now I'm fucking it up. That was still bad. That was still a terrible Ricky Mask, honestly. That was still terrible. Oh well. Shouldn't be too bad, but that was still terrible. That's still not a good fight. That's still not a good fight at all. Hey Deadly Muffin Cat, hope you're doing well tonight. Alright. I'll carry on until the end of the run anyway, because we should still be ahead. Just depends what happens with Joji. If Joji does the same shenanigans that he did the other day, then that's the end of the run. Well, at least I can walk past this sub-story now. Silver lining and all of that. Would it be quicker to taxi here? I've asked this so many times. I should really see like what the taxi route is in this game. I feel like this is quicker. Could you just taxi here and then run up here? Hello, fight spawn. Nani? Nani? Is that a fight spawn? No, good. It's just a man. It's just a man who will be there on the way back. So that's good at least. Now I know the man is there. We must get rid of man. Remove man. Don't hit this sub-story. Do not. There is man. Remove man. Goodbye, man. Cool. Alright, that's too bad. That's not too bad even. Should be fine. Don't remove myself. No, remove man. Always remove man. Oh, hello, email. That's not the email I'm waiting for. God damn it. Or it is a Sunday. I don't think I'd get one on a Sunday. Oi, oi. Oh, wait, yeah, it's Sunday. Holy shit. I keep thinking it's like Friday. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Friday, but I keep thinking it's Friday. Also, let me just start reading up on the gun route again, because with my tiredness, I'm gonna make a mistake on something. It's like one shot from one gun, then another gun down to 4 bullets, then wait on that one, attack until the last 4 enemies appear, and then use the 4 bullets and then replenish. And then the 11 are used on going around the entire hospital. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Revo, thank you for the raid. Hope you're having a good day tonight. Hope you had a good stream. Alright. Chase Haruka again. So the one cutscene you don't want to be holding forward on the control stick for, because when you come out of that cutscene, you actually go backwards. One cutscene that does that. I'm glad that I finally recognized what cutscene that is, and that I don't do that anymore. Right, there's gonna be... That fight spawn is likely still here, so we just have to be a bit careful when going around this corner. There he is. Remove man. I told you to remove man. Don't you nanny me. Right, now we just wait. Now we've got like a minute of waiting. Cool. Enough, fair enough. Thank you for the raid again. Hope you have a good evening. Alright, we gotta wait for these two to come back, which just takes a couple of attempts. It's always the same every single time, it's not random. So, we just gotta wait. There's not much to do here. Either way, I'm so annoyed with Yakuza 3 because, like, Yakuza 3 is like a easy sub 215 with new strats, but like as you can see, like some dumb stuff keeps happening to me and I just mess up and then sub 215 just doesn't happen. Like, world record is about to get a sub 210 and yet here I am stuck at a 217 because dumb shit just happens. Bloody Yakuza 3. No, this happens here. This happens here, and then the final two chapters are pretty quick. 11 and 12. Like, 11 and 12 themselves are only, like... How much time? 204 to 217? It's only, like, 13 minutes. Like, last two chapters are pretty quick. Next one. There we go. You might be getting confused with, like, the chapter 3 or 4 stuff. I think the thing, and I get why Yakuza 3 does this, but, like, it stacks all the orphanage stuff up in chapters 3, 4, and 10. So, that's why it feels to some people like it's a massive slog, is because they just shove all of it together. Didn't get them at a good angle, but still did it in one combo, so cannot complain. Cannot complain at all. And now we get to go sprinting with Ayako, which will be the last thing that we have to do in regards to the orphanage. So after that, we get back on track with the actual game. And this is the point where I hope that Joji doesn't be an asshole. Thanks, Joji. If he does his QT again, I'm just going to sleep. I'm just refusing today, and I'm just going to go sleep. Hey, Panata, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have some. Hope you get some good sleep. I've not been getting good sleep. I hope you get some good sleep. As I was saying, I might take tomorrow off because, again, I haven't slept for like the past 2 days. I'm very, very tired, and I would just like sleep at this point. So, that man's still there. No, man is removed. Thumbs up. We have removed man. May have gotten replaced with a different man though. Let's have a look. No, no new men. Good. We've removed men. Perfect. That's what I always wanted. Cancel cultured man. Are we talking about man as in the streamer man or man as in just man in general? We call Uncle Kiryu. Oh, there's plenty of bedtime stories about Uncle Kiryu on the internet, especially him in bed with Majima. Yes, I'm calling all of you shippers out. I know you're out there. I know you're watching. Yeah, I went to the right door this time. Fanfics. Oh, God. Trust me, when you start following Yakuza stuff on Twitter, you eventually fall down a hole. You don't notice you fall down it, but you fall down it. Which is very unfortunate. And when you get far enough to the bottom, you find the Daigo feet worshippers. That's when you know you've fucked up. That's when you know you've really fucked up. Sorry, the what? Yeah, the Daigo feet worshippers, when Daigo's feet only turn up at the end of this game. I think I'm joking. There are literally people who worship Daigo's feet on Twitter. I'm not joking. Daigo Ryuji fix. One of the most popular fix at the minute, or one of the most popular ships at the minute, is Akiyama Ryuji, actually. The more you know. Small cult that worships Kiryu's nose hair. I'm fairly certain I came across that once and just blocked it. Yeah, people need to chill the hell out. They really need to chill the hell out. There is being horny on main, and then there is going way too far. Now comes up with Akiyama Ryuji, Dead Souls. Blame Yakuza Dead Souls for that one. Oh yeah, and Ishin as well, actually. That's a good point. Yeah, when you filter Twitter out, it's a place for good, but then a lot of Twitter is not a place for good. That's the trouble with social media. Social media can be a very good place for good, and then a very bad place for good. Once again, social media is the reason why the Yakuza series still exists in the West. And now you've got shippers everywhere. You've also got some people trying to gatekeep the series, which is the dumbest shit ever. Like, don't gatekeep video games. Just don't. Again, that's the entire reason why I will never finish Undertale, is the reaction that people came into the chat with a long time ago when I was playing it. Like, I'm not playing it in your very specific way. Go away. Like, for fuck's sake. That's why I will never do Amori on stream. Which I really need to play again. I haven't played it for like a week and a half. Chase Ayako. How am I doing? Not good today. I haven't slept, so I'm very, very tired. But other than that, I'm doing alright. This run is actually kind of all shades of terrible. I might be ahead, but it's not good. Can I jump this? No. I always wondered I shouldn't have looked now. Fuck. This is not the time to experiment. Oh yeah, Bravely Default 2. I forgot that's coming out soon. Final Fantasy Undertale ruined the game for you hard. Yeah, same. I literally can't go back to the game. I've only played it for like 4 hours, but I just can't. I really can't. I don't want that to happen with Amori either, which is why, again, I'm not doing Amori on stream. I'm sure Amori wouldn't be half as bad as Undertale is, but yeah, no. No thanks. This is the kind of thing that would end up like Undertale. Also, special shoutouts to the Danganronpa community for being absolutely toxic garbage. One of the worst communities I've ever fucking seen. What is that running animation Echo has? Olympic medal sprinter. That's why. Yeah, I love DRs, the games themselves, but the fandom is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Like, especially on Twitch as well. I have seen people, again, I've said this multiple times, like, role-playing characters before their death. Like, is this 209 pace? If not, why not? I have fucked up every single fight in this game. Ask me anything. Did you manage to get sub 210 tap? I've literally fucked up everything in this run. This has been absolutely diabolically dog shit. 209.52, yo, fuck yeah, nice. See, this is what I was saying earlier, folks. People are getting sub 210s, and here I am stuck at 217 because fucking Ricky Master decides to be an asshole again. Can you go this side? Why am I testing stuff now when I really shouldn't be? This is not the time to be practicing stuff. This is the time to be finishing out the speedrun. I think this speedrunning is just terrible. Ricky fucked you hard? Same. I used the wrong shotgun on Majima. Smiling emoji. So my chapter 8's gold is a fake gold because I used the expulsion. I used the expulsion on Lao Kalong instead. And also purple shirt guy, which was kind of satisfying, not gonna lie. But obviously wasn't supposed to do that. I haven't heard the name Homestuck in years. That's one of those old like internet things you just had to be around for. I knew someone, like I used to know someone who was heavily into the Homestuck fandom. Regularly did cosplays of the characters and stuff like that, but apart from that, I never got into Homestuck. Like, but then that very same person went heavily hardcore into the JoJo, which, yep, cool. Yup, hell. Could I have the not fight spawn outside of the club? Thanks. Would appreciate that. Yakuza fandom? I think it is these days.
Nani?
Honestly, I think it is these days. Good, no fight spawn. Joji. Don't. Just don't. Which is my gun that I haven't used yet. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you. Where's better? Still not sub 215 pace for heck's sake. Either way, I've got math PhD, so I should be fine. Ricardson, I'm gonna come and shoot you again. Oh, I missed one of my shotgun shots against Ricardson. The one at the very start of the fight. You know the one at the very start of the fight? For some reason, Kiryu shot left. I've literally never seen that. He always shoots in front, but I've never seen him shoot left. This time, he fucking shot left. So I'm just like... Great. Flawless, yeah, great. Not the name of this speedrun. Yeah, no, that literally, Kiryu shot left. I can't explain it. That I've always experienced that one just shooting Ricardson, but it shot left. So I still managed to do the fight okay. I didn't see the feel the heat somehow, but like, ugh. Alright, let's go shoot Tamashiro. I still have like 2 bullets left in one of my guns, so I'll fire that out before I'm done. Before I switch over. I haven't missed any shots yet either, so we're doing okay on that regards. Oh, you never saw my blackjack. round 6, it was high stakes. Even better than that, round 10 was a blackjack. As in, a dealer blackjack. So... I had to bet myself. Fuck blackjack. Terrible. Oh, that's all gone. Okay. Which is the gun I haven't used? Better be up D-pad. Let's find out. It's not right, because right's the one I'm using. Better be up D-pad. I usually use left first. Yep, 13 guns. 13 guns indeed. Now that's sub 215 pace. Hooray. About time. Alright. Still not done yet, but I do have math PhD time. Third set of free guns. Yep. So this is number 2. On Harika, let's go. Oh, dear, dear.
Hi.
Bye. Goodbye, Rick Langley of the CIA. Got a name before the mama of the bar. Still hasn't had her name mentioned again. FF7 listen. The FF7 fandom have still clinging to the hopes that FF7 is the best FF. Leave them be, they don't have much. They've had to sit through disappointment with Advent Children, alright? And this is coming from someone who is a fan of FF7 and actually kind of likes Advent Children. Oh yeah, Dirge of Cerberus, I had actually forgotten about that. Everything they keep adding to the Final Fantasy VII universe just keeps making it worse. You don't have to, like, take the mickey out of the FF7 community, they do it themselves. Let's go. I'm looking forward to 16. I haven't been looking forward to a new Final Fantasy for a very long time. Okay, now, so third set of guns. Excuse. One gun down to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm fairly certain this is what I'm after. I'm just gonna use this guy's gun. Okay. Yeah. 4 of the last 4 enemies, lobby minions. I think I fucked up. No, there we go. I was doing it right. Okay, so I reload that to 15. Oh no, I'm supposed to reload that to... Oh, I see. Well, I got extra bullets. Well, I've got extra bullets. Cool. That's not actually too bad, I guess. And the 14 one is used to go to the top of the hospital. I got extra bullets. Yeah, that's fine. I think I know where I'm going to use them. I'll use it on the sofa guy blocking the way in here. That should be enough, right? Yeah, that should be enough. That's my tiredness kicking in again. I don't miss. I shot the guy on the floor below? Are you actually fucking kidding me? Alright, fuck you. Now I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm just gonna hit people and take guns, honestly. Fuck again. Now I'm just gonna shoot gun. At this point, it's like, alright. How did I get the guy on the floor below? Get out of my way. I don't trust these guys anymore, not after the last 2 times. He'll be fine. Shotgun guy is normally fine. This guy, though. gonna use this gun. I definitely got spare bullets at this point. Jeez. I'm fairly certain this is not 11 bullets left. I think it's like 10. If this is 10, I could use the 10 on the CIA agents. Find out. It's 9. Never mind. Ugh. Never mind. I mean, this PB's at least, but I don't think this is sub 215 anymore, because I've definitely fucked up. Damn it, three start posters. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Alright. See you in like a minute, Rickardson. Alright, at least I'm gonna shoot these guys. Yeah. Not the theys. The gun.
Go to hell.
Yeah, you too, Rickardson.
Let's do it.
He might miss. That's what I was worried about. Okay, I have way more than enough gun. I have 3 spare bullets.
Nani?
Hello? Should be sub 215? Should.
桐生さん、これがあなたの最後の戦いです。
Not sure about that anymore.
思いっきり来てください。
Not sure about that anymore.
でも遠慮はしね
I'd need me to not hit me at the start here, that'd be nice.
え。行くぞ。
I assume this is 7. I wasn't particularly counting. I wasn't keeping counts. I have to make sure. Might not be 215. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was. Okay. Terrible run.